Okay, ahoy hoy, I'm Pavo.
And I'm Neil.
And welcome to That's No Moon.
It's a podcast.
It's your weekly digest of all the news that you need to know in Star Wars universe.
Brilliant. And not only is it the weekly digest, it's also the 50th anniversary. 50th episode.
And what a special way of celebrating the 50th
Put your teeth back
anniversary, no more than because we are going to break down the brand new Last Jedi trailer.
And I can't wait. What a special treat. Now, there has been other little bits of news, but we can pass it on to other weeks.
We will.
Because this is the important one.
Yes, and we're renowned for going like 45 minutes for a 90-second trailer, so we're going to try and be a bit more concise with this. Try and work out and just work out the bits that we can see, what we think is going to happen, and try not to get caught like we've done before.
Okay,
so here we go. It starts off in darkness, and then it pans up or fades up to a figure that is looking out into like a warehouse or a factory. I'm going that's Kylo Ren.
Well, I would assume it's Kylo Ren. It looks very much like Anakin from behind.
Oh.
Yeah, so they say. But it does, doesn't it? When I was looking at it, I assume that's Kylo Ren. And I would assume straight away that he's obviously in some sort of base where he's been taken to recover from Force Awakens, right?
Yeah, it's a First Order base.
Yeah, but very much just the outfit and the stance, the hair from the back. Looks very much like Anakin, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, as we go on to the next shot, which is on the planet of Crate, and these are the new heavy assault vehicles, the new AT-ATs. There is a name for them, apart from the guerrilla walkers, which is...
These excite me. AT-ATs excited me when we first saw them in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And I just love them as a concept. They're probably really shit as a tactical weapon, as they proved in there. But look cool, don't they? I love the knuckles, the way they walk, hence the gorilla thing. Just looks great.
Yeah, and I think that whole... the sort of sand with the red underneath is very visual as well. Right, so as this is playing, we hear the first dialogue, which is Snoke. Now, how shall I do this? Do you want me to say the whole bit, or do you want me to say it as we go through?
Well, maybe we should try it as we go through it and you see it on the trailer, because maybe somebody was watching this or listening to this whilst the trailer is
playing. So as we see this shot, the voice of Snoke says, "When I found you," and then as this shot transforms into the next shot, which is Kylo Ren. I'm assuming that's Kylo Ren.
Well, it looks very much like him, doesn't it? With First Order
troopers. So I'm gonna have to. let me just say the first couple of bits. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. So Snoke says, "When I found you, when I found you, I saw raw, untamed power." Yeah. Now this looks very reminiscent of the shot in Revenge of the Sith when Anakin is leading the troops up into the Jedi Temple.
It does, actually. It does,
obviously,
very much.
The different way round. That was going from like left to right, but this is going from up to down, if you like. And now, is that Crate because you've got the red underneath, or is that lava?
Could be either.
Could that potentially be?
Well, the reason I thought it might be, I mean, I would be on you. You could be either, because you're linked to something that's further on in the trailer that could suggest it's lava.
And if that's lava, that could be Mustafar. That could be where Anakin
died. Well, got beaten by Obi-Wan.
Or isn't that the same? I think that's the same planet that Vader is in Rogue One. That's where his castle is.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
So is he going off to Vader's castle? Is that his home?
That would be interesting.
So anyway, we then move on to a striking look, because again, is it red there because of or
is it just he likes the 70s look?
Possibly.
No, well, it's just Kylo Ren. I would assume then, if it is Vader's castle, maybe he's inside it there and it's just a shot of. But then he could be... wow, somebody will know. I don't think it's that important, really, in the trailer.
No, but
that bit.
As a story... Well, no, but I think this is quite important. It is because it's obviously... The reason I say it's important is because of what's being said underneath it.
Right.
Because as we see that, and then the next shot, which is Kylo Ren then grabbing his lightsaber...
Now, wait, is that people stood in the background?
It looks like it.
That you see, that's what I thought when I first watched that.
See, that could be those. There's a name for those troopers that have got like the very flat helmets, the red helmets, which are like the new. I forgot what they're called. That's going to really bug me now. But they're like the new Roman Imperial Guards.
Oh yeah.
What's the name for like a Roman soldier?
Centurion.
No, it wasn't Centurion. Oh God, that was one thing that I never really did.
No, it doesn't matter. Here we go.
That's going to bug me now.
It'll come to you.
So
he's picking up his lightsaber.
Yeah, and the final bit of what Snoke says in this bit is, and beyond that, something truly special. So we surmise that. No, this is where we've got caught on trailers.
This is
before.
what I mean. When we saw that picture before, doesn't necessarily it's the same bit as this.
So what you mean, as in
that picture there?
I think that's the same, just because the fact that it's I mean, red.
It looks it, but we've been bitten like that.
I'm
before.
talking more of the fact that the first time I watched the trailer, I think that he's talking to Kylo Ren. I think he could be talking to Rey. Right. Snoke. I think Snoke is saying, when I found you, I saw raw, untamed power, and beyond that, something truly special. I don't think he's talking to Kylo Ren. He's talking to Rey.
Yeah.
So, and if he is, when I found you, well, he never found. It was Kylo Ren that told him about Rey in The Force Awakens. Unless Snoke originally found Rey. And
he's the one that put her on the planet.
Maybe.
Oh.
So anyway, that was something that I was.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
About.
Didn't think about that way. Inclined.
So we now go on to
Rey.
Another reason that I think it could have something to do with Rey is because then it cuts straight to the shot of Rey igniting what I'm assuming is Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah.
So then we have the Lucasfilm
logo.
So we've got that, and then we go on to an overhead shot of Acto, which is where we finished The Force Awakens with the very iconic.
And if you look closely, obviously you got like buildings, or is that? If you see down the front there, I noticed that on the trailer. I assume that's where Luke lives.
Well, I think they have huts. There's huts and that all. It's a
all
series.
Over?
Yeah. I think there's. So we then have a long shot of the iconic scene from the end of The Force Awakens, which then we already know that Rian Johnson then refilmed that, didn't he? For what he needed it to be. So we have Rey handing the lightsaber to Luke with his metal hand.
Looked very good, didn't it? If you watch the movement, even in the fingertips now.
Yeah, he sort of he holds on to the lightsaber just. With his fingertips. Excuse me, me yawn. Oh, yeah, that's very,
it's been a long day. You got up early for the trailer.
Yes. Right. So when Rey hands Luke the lightsaber, this is when Rey has a line of dialogue. She says, "Something inside me has always been there. Then I was awake, and I need help." Now that's spread over the next few clips, but.
So there's Luke holding the lightsaber.
Looking very perplexed.
Yeah, grumpy.
So I'm going to be interested in finding out what his dialogue is on this bit.
Yeah.
It's obviously by the look on his face, it's not, I was expecting you, or it does look like, well, where the hell did you get this from? Do you know what I mean? That's where it sort of looks to me with the look on his face. Now this, I believe, is like the Jedi tree, or the Force tree, I should say.
Which you saw the inside of, in the last trailer.
Well, that's the next shot.
Yeah, there we go.
We have that beam of light on what could be the Journal of the Wills, which has been one of those things that has been sort of...
mooted about, hasn't it, for a while. Yeah.
And obviously Rey coming up and looking at that.
Yeah.
Where are we there? Right, so the next one... which is a shot from
the last trailer.
Remember
we talked about the little bit on the top of the mound there being Yoda.
Yeah, we'll see that isn't the case.
But that was obviously... And then there's Rey practicing with the lightsaber.
Yeah, doing a few of her moves in training.
Now, this is quite a clever cut, because obviously you think... From when it goes in the trailer, she swings round to hit the rock, and she stops, doesn't she, before the rock?
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the ground cracking.
Right.
And it almost looks like the force that she stopped that, made the ground crack. The way they've edited it, if you watch the trailer, now if you look carefully, you know full well that it's not the same shot.
Yeah. So with her dialogue, I mean that's basically The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So she's saying that something inside her has always been there. She knows, but then I was awake and I need help. That I think is the crux, is the key to this whole trailer.
So you think she there is talking to Luke?
I think she's talking to Luke. Yeah. I think. So this is obviously. This must be when she's doing her training, or Luke is overseeing what it is that what kind of power she has.
Yeah, this is where you'll see a shot in a minute. So obviously the ground has cracked here, and I think this is the link to what the opening of the first trailer, when you see the stuff rising, which you'll see again in a minute. I think it's all part of this. I don't think it's before.
Oh no, I didn't think that. What you thought it might have been?
No. Go to the bit where the little stones are raising.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Cause she stood there.
It looks to me like it looks to me it could be the dialogue from the first trailer when he's going to her, breathe. Yeah. Now, what do you see? And she's going to maybe have visions that is going to amplify her powers, and which makes her then do that. Which, if you look at his face, is like, well, we've got somebody very powerful here.
Yeah. But obviously, you saw the pebbles rising in there.
Well,
so that's the start of it, I think, and then it ends with the ground cracking. That's exactly what I thought on there.
All right, so I'm on to another page now. So again, that's Rey doing
the meditation.
Yeah, I think that's when we may see flashbacks, maybe to her past, or she may see flashbacks of Luke's past.
Or do you think it is something linked to what she saw in the Maz's? It's all part of that, isn't it?
Because she had flashbacks and potentially flash forwards as well.
And, visions.
And visions, yeah. So she could be having that again. So much so, it gets her so riled that it cracks the earth around her. And I know that Mark Hamill's sometimes been classed as like hammy when it comes to acting, and as Luke. I think the look on his face in the next scene, he genuinely looks absolutely terrified.
And why? It's not the facial features; it's the eyes.
Yeah, he looks like
in the eyes.
He looks like he either has been crying, and I mean, look, we'll say it a million times. We've been stung before because we think that this goes with this.
Where do you think that is, though, behind you?
I don't know. I mean, we're never going to know that until we see the film. To me, at this moment, it looks like she has that force of vision or whatever, cracks the ground. Luke turns around and looks like that, and then walks away. And Rey sort of going, "What's wrong?" And then that's when he has his lines of dialogue, where he says to her, or he says, "I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now." So I think that's all part of the same scene.
You do actually,
and that's when he's sort of going, "I'm out.
It's time for the Jedi to end."
Yeah, I've been down this road before, and it didn't end well. So I'm not doing this anymore." And that was the thing that struck me in this trailer, because I thought we were going to see Luke kicking ass.
No,
but he looks at this point a broken man.
Yeah,
he looks at this point like somebody that did the right thing by hiding himself away so that nobody could find him, because he hasn't got the fight anymore. So that was the thing, and then I think this will lead into a bit of later on.
So maybe, well, there you go. That's quite a good plot point, isn't it? That he hasn't got the fight anymore, but he grows to get it back.
Well, maybe. Or I'm thinking more of the fact that it pushes Rey away.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Into somebody's hand. So after that, we then, which is, I think, is part of this flashback.
Well, we saw in the Force Awakens when he sat with R2.
Yeah.
I think it's obviously him got buried alive after the attack. And it's probably when he made his escape, isn't it?
Yeah, because we see then the same shot that we saw in the first trailer of, which I'm assuming then that is when we see Luke put his hand on R2. So that's maybe his temple or his training
or
school or whatever.
Jedi temple of some variety.
But we're pretty confident that's Luke.
Well, this is where we thought it was not just Kylo Ren; it was the Knights of Ren, wasn't it?
Well, that's what we would assume.
That's what we thought.
Yeah. So when it goes from that, we then see Luke again.
Still looking terrifying.
Yeah. So that's when he says. After he says, it didn't scare me enough then, at this point he says it does now, and then he basically turns in a hurry to walk away. And Rey, now, is that the same stone that she was just sat on?
I think, to me, that looks like she's still part of the training. But it's just a bit where she's had to come out, or whatever. She was probably dangling or something.
Or it could be the bit that was in the very start of that trailer, when she's on all fours and...
What, she broke it off, you mean?
No, when she's on all fours, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's like out of breath and that, because obviously she's seen something or whatever. But again,
it's all part and parcel of that period, isn't it?
I think
she's
so.
Wearing
it's
the
all
same clothes.
Part of the same sort of thing. So anyway, then we see Kylo Ren.
Hello.
It looks like he's in some kind of lift or something because a door opens.
Yeah.
He's got his famous mask on, but he's obviously, now I think this could be one of the first few scenes in the movie, because
Scar. You're going to talk about
Scar.
It's open.
It looks like he's got some kind of webbing or bandage or something on it, so it looks like it's a fresh wound.
It's very noticeable that it looks open, but obviously not gory.
Yeah, and so then Kylo says, "Let the past die." And then obviously Kylo is very angry. That would be the reason why his helmet is all smashed in that first
trailer. Is him beating it up in the lift or wherever he's in.
Yeah.
From whatever happened.
Then
could that be from what's his name? From Domhnall Gleeson's character. What's his name? Hux. Maybe he's had a meeting with him, because obviously he's going to be in it, and they weren't fond of each other then, were they, really?
Maybe. So we have Kylo Ren's ship, the TIE Silencer.
Yeah.
And he's obviously piloting his ship, so as he pilots it and looking very determined, but also, again...
Very noticeable scar.
Yeah, but it's the gauze on it. It's not because you'll see a little bit later on.
It's closed.
It looks different. Yeah.
Well, it's closed up, isn't it? It's a line.
I would say to me that is some kind of bandage, as opposed to it being open.
Yeah,
up.
a repair system.
Yeah.
Some sort of futuristic, whatever they do to repair. Yeah.
So Kylo Ren says, "Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. That's the only way you become what you're meant to be." And then again, some great acting. Only very quickly, but it's the shots are interspersed then with what looks like it's probably some kind of resistance frigate.
Yeah, I like that.
frigate. Which Kylo Ren is attacking, and other things are attacking by the looks of it.
It looks like a bit of a space fight going on, doesn't it?
Then we see General Leia. Now,
looking very anxious as well.
But I think they are contacting each other through the Force.
Now, you see, I watched your trailer reaction, and I agreed, because that's the first thing I thought, is they were communicating a bit like she did with Luke in Return of the Jedi, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, and even in...
Empire.
Well, that Leia did in Force Awakens when Han died. Yeah. Spoilers, if you haven't seen Force Awakens. Okay, so it sort of goes backwards and forwards, but Kylo Ren looks genuinely... Well, he looks the same as he did when he killed Han. He looks like he's
mixed
almost
emotions.
Looks like he's got regret, but you sort of know what's going through his mind. That it's one of those things that he has to do, which goes with his words that, let the past die, kill it if you have to. That's the only way you become what you're meant to be, which was basically what he said when he killed Han, wasn't it? He said, "I don't know what I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it." So that to me looks like.
Yeah, she's now...
General Leia is almost like resigned to the fact that she knows what's coming. The schematic of the ship is that...
cockpit or whatever it is.
Yeah, of whatever it is that... I would say that's the bridge of the ship that Leia's on. And...
you assume he's going to attack it?
So I don't think he does.
Nor do I. I think she persuades him and he chickens out.
I think he just, I think he... Because
well, if you think that... Did you read that bit of Twitter from Mark Hamill about Leia and this? And obviously that the first film was Harrison Ford and the original. The second, this film's about Mark Hamill, and the third was originally going to be Leia.
For Leia, yeah.
So that to me would suggest that I think this is quite early on in the film. And she, through mind trick, whatever, convinces him not to do it.
Mm. But I mean, Mark Hamill did say that he hopes that they give her the send off that she deserves in episode 9.
Yeah.
Which would then make you think that actually she survives this one, or she could go missing, I suppose. But anyway, some fantastic acting from Adam Driver there. I thought it was really... You could see the pain behind his eyes, and the fact he's almost in tears again. And again, another look of the lovely Carrie Fisher. Bless her. And then the obligatory This Christmas.
Yep.
Which was one of Wham's best songs. Okay, now I'm sure somebody somewhere will know whether this is Crate or it's another planet or whatever, but we see the Millennium Falcon being chased by TIE fighters. That shot there was reminiscent of the one that was in the Force Awakens trailer where they were going through the ship and there was an explosion. And there we have Chewie. And then...
he's got his little friend with him.
He does. So Chewie is given a massive roar, and then we get a nice...
It's like a siren, isn't it?
It sort of goes meh, meh, like that, from a porg. Now, there's still people online that are saying, well, Chewie eats porgs. That's what he does. I don't think so. I think this is going to be like his little sidekick for the movie, and obviously comic relief.
You've got to remember that they're saying that this is going to be the number one selling toy for Christmas. Also, it's a kid's film at heart. If all the kids fall in love with that, and Chewie just picks it up and rips his head off, they're going to traumatise millions of people.
The cynics are saying that obviously these have been designed to sell toys, and of course they are. Star Wars has been selling toys since 1977, so it's not rocket science.
No, it's what they do.
What they do,
and then they're with Disney now. So,
but they are cute as hell. And who's to say that face doesn't turn into like this devil kind of thing when it's...
If you look, it's got sharp teeth at the front.
Yeah.
So it could be a right nasty little bastard.
It could, but we don't know.
We'll find out. Maybe they're like Power Rangers and they swarm together to make one big one.
Oh, God, I hope not. That would be the worst. Okay, so then we go on to... There's some kind of battle.
An explosion.
Obviously, it looks nice. We got no idea what the context is of that as of yet. And I'm obviously now, is this the same battle that Kylo Ren is engaged with Leia?
I assumed it was.
Okay, but we see Poe Dameron for the first time, and Poe has a little bit of dialogue here. He says, I could make out pretty much all of it. He says, we are the spark that will light the fire that will burn the First Order down. So we see Poe looking out of the window of a frigate. That's my word of the day.
That's it.
Now that looks to me, whether that's an X-Wing... Because they look like X-Wing
jet things, the wings, the actual side bits.
Yeah, so that could be like Kylo Ren, Poe Dameron's new X-Wing, possibly.
Because you got to remember, in the first trailer, you see his X-Wing blow up.
Yeah, so and obviously that is Poe there with his black helmet on. That's as he's saying the words that we just said. Now we get some more. So it's obviously some kind of space battle that we're going to have.
And I would assume that's a big one.
Yeah, there's an X-Wing that's there. And that's when Poe says, that will light the fire that will burn the First Order down. Now we get Phasma. Now Phasma obviously was one of the characters that was shortchanged in The Force Awakens. So it looks like we're actually going to get Phasma to do
a fight.
And there's going to be obviously some friction between Phasma and Finn.
Now, do you think this is in that battle that we've just seen? Because it's obviously the remnants of some sort of battle.
It could be.
But the only thing is Finn's up and about walking quite quickly, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's quite possible that they could do like the first 5 minutes is straight from The Force Awakens, and then almost like a 6 months later or 1 year later
it wouldn't hurt at all, would it? I mean, it's not going to matter.
There might be a time jump. But then again, it might also be that the technology a long time ago, far away... You have to remember,
though, in context to Kylo Ren's face, I mean, that's taken a lot longer. Do you see what I mean? It's trying to work out the...
Yeah, so Phasma and there's Finn.
He's got one of those cool stormtrooper cattle prods.
Yeah, if you like. And they have a fight... And Finn says, "Come on."
Now go back to Revenge of the Sith. With all that's going on in the background and the look of that, actually reminded me a little bit of the fights.
Yeah. So a lovely shot there of Phasma's shiny helmet.
Yeah, lovely helmet.
Fanar.
I always think it looks so cool. That
armor,
doesn't it?
I hope that they do something. So we're gonna have another big battle there.
Space battle. A lot of TIE fighters there. Coming in,
and then BB-8. Now,
getting electrocuted by the
so whether or not she has been hit in some way, because remember in A New Hope when R2 got hit, he went all blue, but it doesn't look like there's any damage. So anyway, that's that. Now
Luke's wet. I would assume this is he's gone down in the water with Rey. They've gone. It would be. You see a shot later on of Rey going down. Let's put that word up better. I think this is after. So they've come out of the water wherever they're going, whether it's to the books or if it is that or the tree or whatever it is.
I also think that this line is put in here specifically to tell everybody that is going to go and see the film exactly this. Luke says, "This is not going to go the way you think." And I think that is a line that they've put in there going, all you Star Wars fans, this is what this movie is going to be. It's not going to be what you think. Because already in this trailer, it's changed my mind on what this movie is going to be about. So whether it's right or whether it's wrong. So that's what Luke says on this bit. Now we get these animals. Online they're being called snow wolves. But
they look more like foxes.
Yeah, but Crate isn't a snow planet. So,
no.
But they almost look like they're crystals.
They do.
That's what their fur is. It's crystals. But okay, and then it's a long shot. I believe that's got to be.
I thought this was Leia.
I think that is Leia. If you look from the next shot, I think it is Leia. Now maybe she's overlooking to see the battle, or she's waiting for something, because there seems to be things in the background there, whether that's buildings.
So I would take it from the last shot, because the dogs look like they were, or the wolves or whatever they were, look like they're running into like these teeth in the door that's coming down. Yeah. And which is the same very quickly to what that is. So she's looking out, isn't she, of what that was? I think. Yeah. Not necessarily at the same time.
No.
But
it is
that base.
But it is Leia and a close up there.
And there's Rey diving into the water, is it not?
So yeah, so again, we don't know where that is or what that's for.
But this is what I think was linked to Luke
when Luke was wet. Yeah. That's fair enough.
Because she comes out.
So whether or not she's maybe going down and she's looking for something, an artifact, or she's because it is rumoured that the Knights of Ren go to Acto and they have some kind of fight. So maybe she's escaping.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe they both try and escape that way. And
but then if you see, because that's Rey's got her hair down here.
Yeah.
So this is what I assumed was after they come out of the water. I thought.
Yeah. No, that's a fair enough. Assumption. So now we have Finn looking very, very serious, but surrounded by
Imperial or stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers. And Snoke has another little bit to say here.
It looks like he's wearing one of those sort of Imperial.
Well, he is. There is a shot or a photograph of him and this new character Rose.
Yeah.
And he is dressed as an Imperial officer.
Right.
So he's trying to infiltrate the base. So whether or not, I mean, I would assume because he has a hat on in the picture.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a hat on there. So whether he's been caught It looks by the look on his face that he's been caught.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't it suggest it?
So Snoke now says, "Fulfill your destiny." So he says, "Fulfill" when you see Finn. Then we see what looks like. I mean, it's not whether that's the whole of the First Order that's left,
or it looks like where Kylo Ren at the beginning was looking out into that factory or the docking yard or the shipbuilders or whatever it is. That looks like the same room.
Yeah. Potentially. Bless you. And now back to what will be the battle on Crate,
which is we don't know whereabouts in the saga this will be.
No,
but I think it's going to be quite a substantial fight.
Yeah, and then we just see some images of TIE fighters getting. I love the way that the TIE fighters are being destroyed. And all ships are being destroyed because it's not like it was in the original Star Wars. It's just like a ball of flames.
They spin
but you feel the hit of the bolt of energy, and then it breaks up, and it's not necessarily balls of flames. It's just parts going everywhere and stuff. I love that. And like I said earlier on, I think the Crate with the layer of sand and the red underneath is just visually beautiful, visually striking. And then we see, although it's not a great shot, we see
Snoke,
Goldmember.
Now, first thing I noticed when I first watched the trailer, I thought, we're seeing. Obviously, he's not the hologram. Look what they've done. The eyes now. They've done something great because the eyes aren't dead.
But see,
no, this is just a CGI.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that they did exactly the same for War for the Planet of the Apes.
Right, they've got that technology.
The War for the Planet of the Apes, Andy Serkis, all the eyes on the apes looked real. That's why I couldn't understand why sometimes in Rogue One, Peter Cushing's eyes didn't quite look like that. So whereas they've done the same, and obviously this is Andy Serkis again.
Well, it's the technology's taken. They've got there.
Yeah, so I don't think.
He looks creepy.
He does look really creepy. This is the thing: it's going to look creepy. They've got to back it up with some kind of power.
Yeah.
And we say that. I mean, there is Snoke in the background.
Yeah, and she's bent over.
That looks
backwards.
But that looks like something out of a horror film.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not, I don't think, is she actually on some kind of chair or something, or is she actually stood up?
And it looks like she stood up, off the ground and been forced back. We've got another of the guards there. Look.
Praetorian. I think it's a Praetorian guard, I think it's called. So that, and she obviously looks in
this
pain.
Is where we're seeing, we assume it's him and his power, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, that is a real shocking look with that. So then we come to one of these moments that could be the same scene, might not be the same scene. But Rey says, I need someone to show me my place in all this. Now, we then cut to Kylo Ren. Now, I think when you look at the two shots, obviously it's bathed in some kind of warm light.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the same shot.
I assumed it wasn't because of the lava or the whatever's going on behind.
But you also then, if you look at his scar is healed.
Yeah.
Whereas it wasn't healed.
This is, I genuinely think, is him on Vader's castle. I think you've got it right. The more I think about that.
Somebody online, and what I think is a fantastic idea, although maybe that would be bathed in blue, would be that she was talking to Obi-Wan or talking to Yoda.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
But I say, I need someone to show me my place in all this.
I assumed that she was talking to Luke, not.
But I think, I think it's been said. It's been said by Mark Hamill or somebody that Rey. It's like, don't ever meet your heroes.
Yeah.
And I think that Luke. It just feels to me that like Luke pushes her away because he doesn't want anything to do with it. So she has to find
maybe that
guidance from someone, and the potential that it could be Kylo Ren is there.
It is, and I think that's what they want you to do, because there's obviously people are saying that this is where they swap roles almost.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that Kylo Ren actually killed Han, I think he's gone over the mark that he can't. The redemption isn't there. He can't. The redemption isn't there. But if he then kills Leia as well, then obviously he can't. But would it be a massive, or wouldn't it be a massive shock if it ended up where Rey and Kylo Ren change places?
Yeah, that would be the twist, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because
like the Empire Strikes Back twist.
Because we know now that Rey meets Snoke. Rey is in the same room as Snoke.
I like your theory though, and I think because I've got this sneaking suspicion Ewan McGregor's going to appear.
I think Yoda will, definitely. I think Yoda in some form will be there.
It could be the two of them, couldn't it?
Somewhere.
They're not adverse to putting 2 or 3 Force ghosts up.
No.
I mean, like you said, she's not bathed in blue, but that could just be clever editing for the trailer. You know, it's only a quick shot, isn't it?
Yeah, I really don't think that they're... I don't think that it's the same shot.
No, I don't.
I mean, if any, that could the one of Kylo. No, it won't.
Well, they're not going to spoil the big twist, are they?
No, they're not. No, they're not. But we've done it. Like I said, we've seen in Rogue One. It's a bit different in Rogue One because there were whole chunks of the trailer that weren't even in the movie. But in a lot of trailer reactions that we've done for big movies, we've gone.
Force
that
Awakens.
Means that because of that.
The classic hour and 15-minute Force Awakens trailer dissection and how wrong it all was.
But there you go, and then
definitely this is towards the end of the thing. I mean, he could be doing that to Leia. All this could be to Luke.
Yeah. And then we finish with obviously the logo, and then get your tickets available now. So there you go. So that's it. This trailer for me felt the same as the trailer that came out for Monday Night Football for The Force Awakens. When I first watched it, it was like Han saying, "Oh yeah, it's true, all of it." And the first time I watched it, it didn't make me go, "Oh my god," like the Chewie We're Home or the teaser trailer when we first saw the Millennium Falcon. There was those moments. But I've watched it, I don't know, I've watched it probably 20 or 30 times today. And the final bit when she said, "I need someone to show me my place in all this," has started to get me choked up.
Right.
Even though I know in the back of my mind that that's probably not the same scene.
Yeah.
I think it's a really, really good trailer.
At work today, that is what everybody has spoken about. What do you think of the last shot? And I mean, my answer to them is really, I genuinely think it's the red herring.
I think so. Even my son texted me just before we started recording and said, "I've just seen the trailer. What about that last shot? It just gave me chills." So I think it's manipulative a little bit, but I think it's also...
I think there's going to be a shock in the movie. I genuinely do.
And what we've always said, a good trailer leaves you with more questions than answers.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what this has done.
The only thing I would like you said, and I would have said, is in that trailer, I think it's a near perfect trailer. I just wanted that Chewie We're Home. We haven't had it in the first trailer.
No.
I just wanted something.
I thought we were going to see Luke. The idea of Luke has changed. He doesn't seem to be heroic. He seems to be like a broken man, and I really wanted to see a Luke kicking ass moment.
That's not to say we won't.
Oh no, but it looks like we've got the opposite. It looks like we're getting the opposite, I should say. But there you go.
Absolutely. So let us know what you think. Do please comment when you see this on the YouTube video down below. What you think of the trailer, what you think the outcome could be. Any questions you've got about the Star Wars universe, do please do that. And when you do comment, remember to press the like button.
And this show is also available on iTunes. So go to iTunes or Apple Podcasts. I still keep calling it iTunes. Come and subscribe. Leave us a rating and a review. That would be wonderful. And also come and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And when you do, click the little notification button. Means you'll be notified every time we release a new video on the channel.
Fantastic.
So that's it for episode 50.
I know, exciting one.
There you go, look. We've hit the half century.
Brilliant.
So that's it.
That's it.
Thank you very much, Neil.
So thank you very much, Pav.
And that's not bad. 39 minutes. That's not bad for a 2.5 minute trailer.
It's not bad, is it?
That's not bad at all.
So we'll see you all again soon.
Thank you very much, and may the Force be with you all.
Always.